everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Tuesday evening, feel if you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. I've been putting this off because, quite frankly, I don't think it's worth talking about. But, since I do talk wrestling here on the channel, good evening, Keveron. Glad to have you here. As always, every day's a good day to be a Clemson Tiger fan. And I figure since I've been a referee for almost 19 years, it would be doing an injustice to not talk about it. So tonight's the night to finally talk about it. But if I had to rate WWE's Backlash from this past Saturday on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a -20. I mean, it was awful, putrid, horrendous, terrible. Word you want to use there. And it's not that it was an awful show. It was pretty much just a Raw or a SmackDown that you had to pay to watch. And to me, ever since WWE has been taken over by TKO, the TV product has just fallen tremendously. And you don't know whose fault it is because you hear so many different stories and you read so many different articles on who's to blame. Some folks blame Triple H. Some folks blame TKO. It's hard to, not believe that TKO could screw it up because you see, in all kinds of companies around the world, not just entertainment companies, but regular companies. Somebody comes in, buys it out, and has no clue what they're doing, and the company starts struggling because, they're changing things and they ain't got a clue what they're doing. So you could see TKO doing that. It's also hard to believe that Triple H could take over the company and be such a good booker and be doing so good for a year and then all of a sudden fall apart. He didn't go to bed one night, all of a sudden the next day wake up and forget how to book wrestling. So it's easy to see TKO messing it up, and it's also hard to see how Triple H can all of a sudden overnight forget what he's doing. But you have some blaming Triple H, some blaming TKO, so you can blame who you want to. I don't know. All I know is if they don't get it fixed and get fixed in a hurry, they're destroying themselves. The TV ratings have gone down tremendously. They say ESPN has been very upset with the ratings on the ESPN pay-per-views for wrestling, but it's because they're not worth buying. They used to be known for, on their pay-per-views or PLEs, whatever you want to call them, the matches are always so long. And, you turn on Raw or SmackDown and you might see a match go 6 minutes, except the main event. The main event normally will go 20 or so. But on the pay-per-views, all the matches were long, and then the main events would be 30 or 35 minutes. This past Saturday at Backlash, those 5 matches was probably an hour and 15 minutes of wrestling, hour and 20 minutes maybe. So you're talking about 15 or 16 minutes a match. What's the point in buying that? Because you got 15 or 16 minutes, worth of wrestling for each match. And then you've got to add it in commercials. And of course, you got to have the promos and the opening and the videos between each match. And, from start to finish, there was more not wrestling than there was wrestling. And they're not giving you any reason to buy the product. You had the 5 matches. Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins. Hey there, Braden. Glad to have you here as always. Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Danhausen and Minihausen, which is what they called his partner, defeated The Miz and Kit Wilson. Now, Minihausen is a midget or little person that's down in AAA. That's where he came from. That match was just stupid. That was just a way to get Danhausen on the card. And since he's all about the gimmick and the look and nothing about, the wrestling and the storylines, he doesn't have one. So that's why they had that match. It's just a way to get him on the card. Then you had Io Sky beat Asuka. And then the main event, Roman Reigns beat Jacob Fatu, retain the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Jacob Fatu ends up beating the crap out of Roman Reigns for the better part of about 10 minutes after the match. Now, usually for many, 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 many years, Backlash was always known for whatever matches you saw at WrestleMania, they would take 4 or 5 of the main ones and then have those guys or girls wrestle again at Backlash. It didn't happen this time, with the exception of Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. So I was okay with them not doing that. But at the same time, nothing made you want to watch it. Hey there, Brantley. Hey there, Pango Play. And Braden, Brantley, and Pango Play. I believe it's the first time I've seen any of y'all's names in the comment section. Y'all's first time being here, for whatever reason, made you stop tonight by the channel. Thank you very much. Feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends, tell your family about the channel. Make sure you share the video on all social media platforms and click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live. And thank you for subscribing and liking, Brantley. I really appreciate that. And you said Roman Reigns is your favorite. I will say, I've never been a huge Roman Reigns fan, but I definitely like his gimmick now better than what I did back when he was a big dog. I hated that whole entire thing. Hey there, Sarah. Glad to have you here. Another newbie, I believe, here on the channel tonight. If you are new, Sarah, thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe while you are here. So I've never been a huge Roman Reigns fan, but I definitely like the current stuff better than the big dog gimmick from back in the day. Now, Jacob Fatu, I'm a huge fan of. I think he has a bright, bright, bright future. But overall, from Backlash Saturday, just didn't impress me at all. Even before it aired, looking over those 5 matches, I thought, you've got to be a diehard wrestling fan to spend money on that. It was like back in the day when SmackDown used to come on UPN. It seemed like every week Rey Mysterio Jr. wrestled Shannon Moore. And that's how this was. This was like back in the day when you had dark matches. You'd have thought, man, Danhausen, Minihausen's got to be a dark match. And Io Sky and Asuka's got to be a dark match. I mean, it was just nothing about it that really looked, worth paying for. No, he won Saturday, Brantley. He beat Jacob Fatu to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. But then after the match, Jacob Fatu beat the crap out of Roman Reigns. So I'm sure this, storyline is going to keep going for a while. Hopefully, whenever it ends, Jacob Fatu is the world champion. He could do some great things with that title. But just as a whole, WWE to me right now has gotten stuck in a rut. And I mean, they're stuck in the rut. I mean, it's absolutely awful. They're not even spinning the wheels. I mean, they're so stuck. The wheels ain't even turning. So they've got a long way to go to get worth watching again, because right now, nothing they're doing is appealing. Nothing they're doing is entertaining. Nothing they're doing is, inspirational, entertaining, intuitive. Any words you want to use, nothing they're doing right now is intriguing, makes you want to watch at all. Every day's a good day, Brantley. Thank you for asking. If you watch long enough, you'll see that I don't believe in bad days. To me, there's no such thing as a bad day. We as humans are idiots and we're stupid, and we let bad moments create bad days, but the day itself ain't bad. We'll wake up in the morning time and grab the wrong t-shirt or stub our toe, and then we'll get mad and let our whole day be ruined because first thing we did was stub our toe. We can't put things behind us. We let days be bad because of our own stupidity, but there's no such thing as a bad day. But thank you for asking. So if you saw or watched Backlash, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Whether you saw it live or watched it later, you're going to watch it coming up, whatever the reason is. If you've seen it or you're going to see it, whatever you do see it, let me know what your feelings and thoughts are. To me, as I said earlier, on a scale of 1 to 20, I'd give it a negative 10. I wasn't impressed by it at all. Hey there, Jasper. Glad to have you here. But any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My wife didn't like the coffee I made her this morning. She said it's grounds for divorce. And that does it. He's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over